Oh, baby. Yeah. Take your shoes off. Wash your hands. And get comfortable. Let's have us a chitty chat. Yo, what's poppin'? What's good, people? It's your flyness. REEMSDOPE. But remember, it is only one of me. Yes, I'm a DJ. You can still book me. Send me an inquiry, and I can send you an invoice. And like the wedding coming up, I'm trying to coordinate. I'm trying to get my fit together. So, I might have to see my tailor later this week or next week to make sure that my fit is the way it needs to be fitting and my pants is laying the way they're supposed to be laying over the sneakers I'm about to wear. But what's poppin', people? What's good? How y'all feeling? It's been about 6 days since we last talked. How you feeling? Like, what's the word? What's the motion? You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? It was a cool weekend. Worked, of course. I feel like I'm always working, but things have to get done so things could get done, if you know what I mean. All right, now. So, we back at it again, the Royal Lounge. It's your boy, REEMSDOPE, Reem's Dope. Remember, follow the podcast page at LNWR Pod on Instagram, Facebook. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, under Reem's Dope. Y'all know that already. If you here, you should know that. But if you're not, go ahead and get there. Like, comment, subscribe, follow. Do all those things early. Come back, comment, add your 2 cents, your 5 cents, a couple nickels, you know what I'm saying? A couple dimes, unless you're dropping them. Don't drop no dime. We ain't doing that. But what's the word, people? How y'all feeling, man? I'm feeling, like I said, I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling cool. What about you? I'll give you a second to, you know what I'm saying, get whatever you got to get off. Nah, I feel you. I feel you. I wouldn't accept that either. But nah, man, congrats. That's what's up. Keep doing your thing, man. I see you. I'm proud of you. Uncle's proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Your boy Reem is proud of you. But yeah, we back at it. September. We are, 2 weeks into September, and I feel like the month is almost over. Like I keep saying more and more when I have conversations with people, time is fake. Time doesn't exist. Time is just a figment of our imagination, and things just happen at a certain moment, and it goes by like that. So yeah, I saw last week y'all were trying to eat me up in the comments about the what is it? The squatters' rights. Do y'all Googles. I understand how it started originally and what it did originally, but also do your Googles on what the new rule is entailing. I'm going to just leave it at that. Like I said all the time, I do my due diligence. Before I start blabbing, I may blab about something, but I won't stand on a hill unless I know what's going on. And I did my due diligence, so do yours before you start name calling and saying wild stuff. But I appreciate the interactions because y'all was doing that on YouTube and on TikTok, so shout out to that. I appreciate that. Yeah, let's keep them interactions going. September is Take a Bed on a Date month. Fellas, it's your time to shine. You know what I'm saying? Last week we talked about you cashing out, expecting the poon ants. You know what I'm saying? Spending all this bread on a young lady, expecting something in return. But September is our month to be taken out on a date. They said they should set aside a budget of $300 to $500 so the man can feel special. What date are you going on for $300 to $500? I'm not really sure. I personally don't require that much. Just get me a nice little steak. Get me some nice little lamb chops. You know what I'm saying? I might even mess around, get me the tikka masala with the garlic naan. You ain't got to spend the $300 cash, but hey, if you got it and you want to do it, by all means, baby, do what makes you happy if that's going to make me happy. Does that make sense? Yeah, whatever the case may be. I just found that funny. And whenever I read articles like that, I always look into the comments and see like what nonsense people are saying, like what women are negating that, what women are just flabbergasted at the idea that they should spend money on a man. Why gotta spend money on him for? Why don't he spend money on me? And then you got the girls, oh, they're not gonna do it and blah blah blah. Hey, I said this before and I'll say it again. Go for the person who actually likes you. Date the person that actually likes you, dog. Some may say that's common sense. Some may say that's a given. But a lot of people don't date people that like them. Y'all date people out of y'all tax bracket and people that don't really bang with y'all for real, for real. Like y'all cool, but it's just that. Y'all just cool. And some people can't accept that. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But, tough break because I found somebody I really like and that really likes me. And we're going to have an amazing future. So shout out to that. But nah, any homes, stories have come out. Well, a report has come out that there will be a Teena Marie biopic in the works soon. So I'm actually excited to see that. Teena Marie, she's a fantastic artist. I'm just interested to know who's gonna play her, but also who's gonna play Rick James. Like, who would they get? And I really should have put some thought before I said this because I was really trying to think like what actors or actress could I see doing that? And to be completely honest, I'm still stumped because I've been thinking about it since I read the article and I still can't decide who I could see as a good Rick James and a good Tina Marie. I know whatever they do will probably be flawed, but I'm just thinking like what actors now can really deliver that? And I don't know. I truly don't know at this exact moment. So I may have to come back to that once more starts to be revealed about it. Speaking about stuff with actors and people playing roles, they finally started dropping details about the Power Origins. Power Origins casting has been partially complete or roles have been decided. So Spence Moore and Charlie Mann have been scouted to play Young Ghost and Young Tommy. Now, Spencer Moore was on All American, and I know he also was in Creed 3 as Young Damien. He's a good actor. He's not a bad actor. I'm not going to say he's trash, but can he really captivate Ghost? But then if you think about it, was Ghost really Ghost the way we see him in the original Power? So, like, I know a lot of people have been giving backlash saying that they can't see the vision. How is this dude going to play Ghost? But I'm going to stall him out. On the other hand, though, Charlie Mann looks like he's would play Justin Timberlake in a NSYNC biopic. From the images I saw of that brother, excuse me, that young man, because he's not a brother, excuse me. Charlie Mann, I've never seen him act, never heard of him before. Again, just got to do the Googles, wait till things come out. But there was a lot of uproar about those selections. Again, you got to just look at these articles or these posts on social media and see how people just be going in off the rails about how pissed they are and how much they're not going to support something or how they're saying something's going to be trash before you give it an opportunity. I mean, I might pop a little shit, might raise my eyebrows a little bit, but I'm willing to give stuff a chance just to see what it's like. So, more to be revealed. Also, in G Unit Films is on fire. So, 50 Cent and Cameron officially have the rights to the paid in full story. And that's going to be another series out of the G Unit Film collective conglomerate where 50 Cent and Cameron will be executive producing the paid in full story. Now, this doesn't just cover Alpo, Rich Porter, and all of them. This also covers just that whole early 90s, mid 90s, I'll say, early 90s, late 80s, East Coast. So there'll be some stories of Wayne, Perry, and the stuff going on in DC, New York, and all of that. So that should be interesting to hear though, to see those stories actually. Like you've always heard stories of those OG dope dealers, and you know what I'm saying, from back in the day. So I'm interested to see like also who they get to play those roles, but how much detail they go into those stories of those East Coast kingpins. Because you see what they did with BMF. They covered that, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of the Midwest circuit of what that was like. So now I'll be interested to see what it's like for the East Coast, you know what I'm saying, to get some shine. But the East Coast always gets some shine. So I'm interested in that. Those things always intrigue me. There's also been starting filming of the continuation of Snowfall, covering the gang violence in LA in the 90s. Again, something else that, will be interesting to learn. A lot of people sometimes get upset. They feel like that a lot of producers and creators are glorifying violence and glorifying gang culture and stuff like that, because my argument is always I'm tired of seeing slave movies. And yeah, it's messed up, but these kingpins, that's when these people go from rags to riches. So I'm always interested to hear them stories and hear like what was the driving point that got them to be where they were? What was the breaking point that said, you know what? I'm gonna pick up that brick and I'm gonna break it down and I'm gonna get rich. Like what was that driving force? I also agree though that we do need some more positive black films and TV shows that highlight the positivity in our culture, because there's plenty of intelligent people, plenty of people who have created things, started things, and other stories you can create. So you can not necessarily recreate the wheel, but you can also get creative and give us some new stuff, some new innovative black film instead of our just typical drug dealing, killing, and this and that. You know what I mean? Those stories are always, it's part of our history. It's part of our makeup. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But I also agree that we should be amplifying us in a different light. But again, this stuff, it hires people. It hires our people who get scouted for these roles. And hey, I'm rooting for everybody that's black, respectfully. Everybody's black, I'm rooting for you. Long as you're doing something constructive, you ain't on trash, I'm rooting for you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta vote in me. Well, not necessarily vote, but you might got my thumbs up. So there's that. Harlem man learns that his rent was stabilized. A lot of drama going on in New York because he learned that his rent was stabilized and his landlord was illegally charging him an extra $1,000 for the last 20 years. Yo, that is some shady business. His rent was one standard rate, but the landlord was charging him an extra G for 20 years, and he just found that out through court. So that means you owe that man some bread. 20 bands. You probably gotta double that for pain and suffering, dog, just for petty purposes. But like overcharging an extra 1,000 just because you could and you didn't think nobody was gonna do their due diligence or do their research to figure out what was what. That's nasty work, man. That's nasty work. That's nasty work. An extra $1,000. Just imagine all what you can do with that extra $1,000. That extra $1,000 probably could have went to paying off something quicker, paying down something to take care of something else. I mean, granted, fam had it because he's been there for 20 plus years, but just think of all the things that you could have done with an extra $1,000. I think of all the stuff I can do right now if I got an extra $1,000 a month time. There's a lot that can be done, whether it be recklessly or productively. I don't know, man. That's that's kind of jacked up. That's jacked up. That's really jacked up. Woo. Okay, there we go. So a man was getting divorced, and part of his argument or part of the terms he wanted was to get his kidney back. Let me read. Let me read the story verbatim so you can understand this brother's plight, his frustrations that he endured. He made the claim, because my heart is broke, you got to give that kidney back, Bookie. Like, you can't keep that. And I think that's insane. All right. So in 2017, divorce. No. Nope. That's another article about divorce. We'll get to that later. Lots of divorce going on, man. Love you people, man. Work that out. Work that out with your stink and stay together. Work that out with your stink and stay together, champ. I hate when this happens where I have the article ready and the picture goes away. Come on, where did it go? I just had it. This is so frustrating. Come on now, man. This is where having a co-host comes in handy because they can talk while I scroll, but I'm going to do both, y'all. My sincerest of apologies for the unprofessionalism at this moment. I'm trying to find the article where Buddy said, where is that? Where is he at? Where is he at? Where is he at? He wanted that kidney back, and the courts weren't messing with him because they said it was a gift. They said it was a gift, so he couldn't get it back. I'm just trying to figure out where's the article at so I can quote this correctly. Dang, where did it go? Seriously. That's crazy. I literally just had it. I don't know, y'all. I'm going to have to find that and come back to y'all with the exact details. I know it's in here somewhere because I literally just read it before I hit record. Y'all know this is not like me. I usually have my notes together. Let's see. I'm going to just type in the keywords. I don't know, y'all. We just have to go to the next story. So Home Depot now has it where it forces their corporate employees to work 4 retail shifts a year to ensure they understand the business and customers. So it says Home Depot has taken an unusual approach to bridging the gap between its corporate offices and store floors. The company now requires that all corporate employees to work four retail shifts each year. The goal of the policy is to ensure that the executives and office staff better understand the day-to-day challenges faced by store associates and needs of customers. By spending time in the aisles, stocking shelves, and interacting directly with shoppers, corporate workers can gain firsthand insight on how decisions made at headquarters affect real-world operations. The move highlights Home Depot's commitment to staying closely connected to its frontline workforce. It also signals a broader trend among large retailers looking to close the gap between corporate strategy and customer experience by mandating these shifts. Home Depot hopes to foster empathy, improve communication, and ultimately enhance both employees' morale and customer satisfaction. And truthfully, I got to give it up. You got to give it up for something like that. That's innovative. That's innovative. That's forward thinking. That's amazing. That's innovative right there. I like that concept. I'm currently taking a business man. I'm currently taking a management. Currently taking a business management. Damn, I'm stuttering today. What's wrong with me? Reel it in, Reem. I'm currently taking a business management class, and some of the topics that have come up in the last couple of weeks are about how managers can improve the work environment and what things can they bring to meetings and what can associates provide as far as continuous improvement in processes. Like, what would we do if we were CEOs or managers of a team to help build the morale and enhance the work experience? And I've always said this as someone that's worked in customer service and worked in like servicing over the phone at a call center, that these managers that we have on our teams need to get on the phones at least once a quarter, once a week for at least an hour to hear what we hear and experience what we experience. Because I feel like managers, once they are at that higher level, they are too far removed from the day-to-day and the reality that the frontline associates deal with, and they don't understand sometimes how exhausting or how insane things can be. Because people complain all the time about work. That's always going to be a thing that people complain about work, but they have to understand firsthand of what it's like to deal with stuff like that we deal with for 8 hours, 9 hours a day, some people 10 hours a day. They need to know what that experience is like, and they also need to understand that some of those policies and things they put in place don't make any sense. That some of those rules and not qualifications or some of those expectations that they have aren't realistic metrics if you're on the phone as much as we're on the phone. So it's like you get in the field with us and you take some of these calls and you hear what we hear or you experience what we're experiencing, and you come back to us and see if you're going to say the same nonsense that you've been saying to us because you're too far from it. Home Depot, y'all got the right idea, because I honestly agree that's a great way so people can all understand what it's like. Firsthand, you got to understand on the front line, like, yo, what's going on? Like, why are people so frustrated? Like, why is the turnover so high? Because you got some bogus policies in here that don't make any sense, and you don't have to deal with it. I like it. I like the idea. I truly do. I think all companies should take that into effect, to do that thing. I definitely think all companies should do that. Because, yeah. So divorce rates in Kentucky have dropped down 25%. A new law standard is the 50-50 custody. So basically 2017, the divorced fathers call themselves the Disney dads. They have rallied together to improve the custody system within Kentucky, because many of them were, in quote, it says, divorced fathers across Kentucky began rallying together what they believed was unfair custody system that too often left them as Disneyland dads, seeing their children only on weekends while mothers carried the bulk of parenting. For many, including Rob Holsworth, who moved from Ohio to Kentucky just to remain near to his sons, the system felt both emotionally devastating and legally unbalanced. Their efforts paid off. In 2018, Kentucky became the first state to pass the law making a 50-50 shared custody the default agreement in divorces and separation cases. The groundbreaking legislation significantly limited the need for child support and reshaped the way families navigated post-divorce parenting. Since then, the impact has been dramatic. Divorce rates in Kentucky have dropped by 25% compared with a national decline of 18% with the same period, according to research from Bowling Green State University. Supporters point to the shared parenting helps reduce conflict, creates fairness, and even discourages unnecessary divorces. Another one. I'm going to do the physical clap for that. Because like I said, work it out what you stink, okay? So you in a relationship, you're married, you have your kids. Again, a lot of times we see where those roles and those responsibilities get left solely on the mom, where they have 80% of the responsibility for the kids. Pops is draped off doing whatever. He's getting that deduction out of his check, or he's making whatever payments, if he is maintaining a job to do that. But you see it where it's not really equal. They only getting to see their kid Friday to Sunday, Friday to Monday, give or take their circumstances. So I get you this holiday, I get you that holiday. You know what I'm saying? But in this case where everybody does their fair share and it's no just one burden on one person, it's great. Because again, I also know situations where the dads are the primary care providers of their kids. But again, this splits it up 50-50. Everybody want to talk about they don't want to go 50-50. But shoot, man, when you have a kid, you got to be there for your kid, man. You got to be there for your seed. It has to be even. A kid needs his mom. A kid needs her dad. These kids need both of their parents. And now that the law is forcing you that you really have no choice but to be an involved parent, hell yeah, I'm going to make this work. You think I'm about to divorce you so I'm one away from my kid, and now, not saying I'm forced to take care of him, but you can come to a reconciliation or something where it's like, all right, it's not really that bad, is it? Some instances, it might be that bad, whatever your breaking point is. Cheating, beating, whatever it is, that's a different circumstance. But if it's just some petty divorce and you just, oh yeah, man, we just don't see eye to eye no more. Nah, fam. You took that commitment, you got married, you signed them papers, you had them babies. Figure that shit out, champ. Figure it out. I 100% feel that. You got to figure that shit out. with any relationship. You know what I'm saying? That you married in, you married to the game, dog. You better figure that shit the hell out immediately. Um, man, time is running by so quick. I'm so sorry. Dame Dash, um, Toothless Dash, has he's back at it again. He's filing bankruptcy, talking with a clenched jaw because his teeth is falling out, and said that 50 Cent is Cameron's new boss, and he's ashamed of him. I never thought I'd see the day where Dame Dash became a big old loser, but damn, we are there. We are there when Dame Dash has become a loser, y'all. It's really sad. They always say don't meet your heroes, don't idolize nobody, and this is why, man. Your idols become your rivals. Your idols become bozos. And I'm not even saying it like I idolize this man, but you admire people's business acumen. You admire certain moves and things that people do or they provide to the culture. Dame provided a lot to the culture, man. He gave us Paid in Full. Still waiting for Paid in Full on Ice. We'll see what happens. But nah, man, it's just sad when people go outside like that, where they just like dissing their old homies, or they just grasping for straws because their relevancy is no more, and you just see it's just dwindling down little by little, and they're doing anything to stay relevant or just crashing out essentially, and it's just sad, man. Sad case. On another note, 50 Cent is Bullrog in Street Fighter. And he's been in his bag. He done lost mad weight. He got that nut-ass Bullrog cut. And I think this movie is going to be terribly great. I think that movie's going to be terribly great. Like, they got a lot of stars in there. They got Cody Rhodes. What is his name? Adam Schultz. I think that's his name. Roman Reigns, 50 Cent. What's the Aquaman dude's name? Jason Momoa. I almost called him Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa. And a couple other people. It's a star-studded cast. But I just feel like with movies like that, where they do too much, they try too much, and it just doesn't work out the way we want it to. And I've seen this story before. Where, you know what I'm saying? I have medium expectations. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be complete ass, but I don't think it's going to be as great. Am I going to watch it? Heck yeah, I'm going to watch it, man. Some of my favorite people in there. So, one of my favorite shows, one of my favorite games. So, of course, I'm going to support Street Fighter. I don't think they made a Street Fighter movie in, a decade or two. So, I'm definitely looking forward to it. But, yeah, that should definitely be interesting. On the music side, rest in peace, Mac Miller. 7 years now, as of September 7th, 2018. That is crazy. That has been that long since we lost Mac Miller, man. That's very sad. Justin Timberlake's Future Sex Love Sounds turned 19 on September 8th. That was a great album. That was when Justin Timberlake could do no wrong in many eyes. And honestly, Justin Timberlake, he dropped some hits. Like, that album was covered in hits. He had a lot of gems on there. To the End of Time, you know what I'm saying? Just to name one off the top of my head. Sexy Back. What Goes Around Comes Around. My Love. Like, that was a great project. I might have to run that back this week just cause. That was a great project, man. That's the music note for this week. Okay? As far as my deep thought or whatever it is for the day, for the week, excuse me, I want to say patience is the word. Life has been challenging me in ways I could not even imagine. Spiritually, mentally, and sometimes physically. And I'm realizing I'm praying for big things in my life. I'm wanting big things for my life and future. And because I want these things, I'm being tested in ways that I've not been tested before. And I understand it's part of the process. I'm fighting back. I'm holding on. I'm doing my best. But the word is patience. Anything worth having is worth waiting and working for. You know what I'm saying? We can't just ask for something and expect it to come right away. And I understand that. I'm learning that. I've been learning that, like, you may want this thing or want something to happen, want something to change, but it's gonna take a second. And you gotta be ready to sit it out, or you gotta be ready to endure a lot to get what you want. And that's really where I'm at right now in life. I'm in that phase in life where I'm being tried. My faith is being tested. My patience is being tested. But I know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, that the finish line will be there for me to walk through that ribbon. And I'm going to come out on top of this. What I want will be here. What I'm striving for will be achieved. But patience, y'all. Whatever it is, just know if you want something, you're going to have to work for it, and it's going to hurt to get it. It's going to hurt because it hurts. It hurts right now. But we going to get there, y'all. I promise you that. We going to get there. We definitely going to get there. So, you know me. Episode 41. Shout out to PS41. I think we were the Bulldogs when I was there. We should still be the Bulldogs. I'm going to sign off on this one. Again, another little quickie. The seasons continue, man. RWEMSDOPE. Only one of me. Follow me on socials. Follow the podcast page. Again, I got some people hitting me up to be on. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. I keep saying that. It's on the way. But, you know, we got to do certain things before we can do certain things. But I say patience, right? Anyways, y'all. I'm signing off out of here. Peace, love, and a bottle of hair grease.